everyone, my name's Carly and I am the Image of Nursing Director here at San Diego State University. And I want to talk a little bit about our nursing program. I know we were supposed to have a couple events this year for prospective students to come visit the campus, check it out, learn a little bit about our program, and because of the coronavirus that wasn't able to happen. So I still wanted to address some questions that you guys have that I know I had before I committed to the program. And so that's what I hope to do in this video today. So some of the questions I received were just for people that just wanted to know a little bit about San Diego State. So to start off with, our student population is about 35,000, which seems like a lot. And it is. We have a big school, so we definitely have the good positive aspects of a big school. But in addition to that, the nursing program makes the big school smaller. So each track, which I'll talk about a little bit later, so essentially every year of students has about, and the kids that you'll have all your classes with, it'll be about 120. So it's awesome. I have like the big lectures you have, they're always in the same room and they'll have about 120 kids. But when you have your labs, you start your labs your sophomore year, they only have 8 to 12 kids. And when you go to clinicals, you have, like for mine, I have 2 clinical instructors and I only have 7 kids in my class. So if you're worried about it being too big of a school, the nursing program does a great job to make it a lot smaller. But San Diego State has about 160 undergraduate majors, minors, pre-professional programs. There's over 350 student organizations on campus, which is awesome. But one interesting thing about SDSU is nursing is the only major, I believe, that you have to be accepted directly into the major. You can't get admitted to San Diego State under a different major and switch into nursing. So that's really interesting. And one of my favorite things about SDSU, the campus in general, is besides the great location, San Diego is awesome. There's just so many good food options. It is awesome. And there's a lot of other videos on YouTube that you can check out all about San Diego State, the meal plans, the dorms, all that kind of stuff. But today I just wanted to focus on the nursing program. So one of the things that before I get into our program I want to talk about is how do you find, like, what do you look for in a nursing program when you're applying to all these schools? What are the things that you want to look at? So one thing that you want to look at is the program accredited, which our program is, and I'll include a link in the bio if you want to read more about why that is so important. The other thing that you should be looking at is the NCLEX pass rate. So the NCLEX is the certification test that you complete after your 4 years in college to get your certification to become a registered nurse. So at San Diego State, for the year of 2018 to 2019, we had a 97.39% acceptance rate. So that's definitely something you want to look out for. And one of the other really important things is you want to see if the program is direct entry, because a lot of schools have like a pre-nursing program and then you have to do that for 1 or 2 years, and then whoever are the top candidates in that pre-nursing program get to move on to the nursing program. That's not always the best. Ours is direct entry, so once you get in out of high school, you're in the nursing program as long as you meet all the qualifications with grades and everything. What's great about that is that there's not really competition between the students. We all work together, we collaborate together, we help each other, which is really important enough having that strong support system. So one of the other questions I received is, what do you think makes a strong freshman application for SDSU nursing, or like tips for a high school student? Definitely I would say focus on your GPA and test scores. We do not, the School of Nursing doesn't look at letters of recommendation, they don't look at volunteer, they don't look at extracurricular activities. And we know those things are important, but unfortunately, since the competition to get into the program is so high, we strictly look at numbers. So it's GPA and test scores. ACT or SAT doesn't really seem to make a difference. And I will include a picture right now that has the average statistics for acceptance into our program for the last couple years. Last year we had over 6,000 applicants and only 320 got in. So it is a really competitive program. The test scores and GPA are very competitive. So I'll insert that picture right now. I got a question that's asking what is a track. I've heard a lot of SDSU nursing students talking about, I'm a track 1 sophomore, yada yada yada. So basically what we divide our School of Nursing into different cohorts. So everyone has like a path of classes that they're supposed to take. So your year, so I'm a junior, so the whole junior year is divided into 2 and it's alphabetical. So certain people will take these clinicals and these classes first, and the same semester track 2 will take these classes and these clinicals, and then they'll switch. That's just because we can't accommodate for all the students to be taking the same classes at the same times, especially when it comes times for the hospitals. So I will include a picture of what the different tracks are like and what classes you would be taking.
Hi guys, my name is Marcella Chappelle. I am the Breakthrough Nursing Director currently at San Diego State, and I am a track 1 junior right now. If freshman year you want to live in the dorms, or if you live in the dorms freshman year, there is a nursing floor, which is super cool because it's really convenient because it's just a bunch of nursing students on one floor together, so it helps create those like connections a little bit easier sometimes. But honestly, like if you don't live on the nursing floor your freshman year, you're totally fine too, because over the like years, like you'll get to know more and more people because you're in most of your classes with the same exact people. So, and then there's like SNA, which is like a club that we have, and so like you can just meet people so many other ways. You don't necessarily have to be on the nursing floor, but the nursing floor is like one of those perks. So yeah, I really like the nursing community here at San Diego State. It's super great. It kind of gives you that kind of small school feeling in a large school. So you don't feel like you're kind of limited, but it also helps you establish connections. So yeah, thank you.
The next question is asking when clinicals start, like what year we start doing clinicals. And that's an interesting question. Our second year, so our sophomore year, is when the nursing program starts. So the first year it's mostly prereqs, even though they are nursing specific. But sophomore year is when you take all your like really important core classes. So that's when you take your physiology class, your pathophysiology class, your pharmacology class. It's also when you take your assessment class, you take your fundamentals class, and those are both fundamentals and assessment, both have a lab portion. So you are working with a clinical instructor and they're training you in both assessment and like important skills like inserting catheters, protecting yourself, all the important skills that you're going to need for the future. And that starts your sophomore year, and depending on your track, either first semester or second semester. And then the first clinical that you are in is psych, and that will take place either your sophomore year or the beginning of your junior year, depending on the track you are on. Okay, the next question is what clinicals do we complete? So we complete like I was talking about, our psychiatric clinical, we do OB maternity clinical, we do med surg, we do ICU, like critical care nursing, and you do community health. The next question is what hospitals do we do our clinicals at? And that is one of the awesome things about San Diego. San Diego has so many different hospitals, and our nursing program has really good relationships with a lot of them, which is really awesome. One of my favorite things about it is all of them are pretty close. Like the furthest I've ever had to drive for a clinical was like 20 minutes. It's really awesome. So we have partnerships with Sharps, with Scripps, with UCSD, with the VA, and different hospitals within those systems, and Kaiser. So it's really awesome that you get experience from different hospitals. And that way you can kind of figure out what you like about them, what you don't, and you can figure out where you might want to work in the future after graduation. The next question is what are the facilities like on campus? So nursing specific, kind of the whole building that we call our own is Adams Humanities, and that's where we have all of our faculty are located. And then we have our fundamental skills lab, we have a media lab, we have an assessment lab. And one of my favorite parts about campus is we have a Sharp Healthcare Human Patient Simulation Center. So that's where we have these really cool dummies. They're pretty smart for dummies. And in all your clinicals, you get to go and the mannequins can give birth. They have heart rates that can change. They have pulses that you can that can change and all this stuff, and you get to actually function as a nurse and make the decisions and take care of this patient whose conditions are changing. And it's a really cool learning experience, a great place to mess up before you do it in real life. The next question is about that someone was worried about graduating in 4 years because they've heard that's hard to do at San Diego State. And I would say for most majors that is possible, that it's hard to graduate in 4 years. But one of the coolest things about our program is that you are essentially guaranteed to graduate in 4 years as long as you stay on track and you don't fall behind. There's certain classes that are guaranteed for us to get. So even like your microbiome and your chemistry lab that you're taking first semester, and your anatomy and physiology labs too, those are open to people besides nursing majors, but they have set aside a number of spaces for us, so you're guaranteed to get those classes when you need them, which is really cool. And all of our nursing classes are assigned to us, so the downside of that is we don't get to pick our clinical times or locations, but it's a positive that we are guaranteed to get the classes that we need and we don't ever have to worry about registration. The next question is, what is the best thing about the nursing program at San Diego State? And the answer to that is easily the people. The friends that I've met through the nursing program are absolutely amazing. They're people that I know I'm going to be friends with my whole life. Shout out my homies, I love you guys. And but even more so than my friends that I've made through the nursing program is our staff. Our staff is amazing. Every single member of our staff cares so much about the students. They go above and beyond what they have to do. They just want us to succeed not only as students, but as nurses when we're working in the future and in life. They're so accommodating. They're just amazing. I can't talk greatly. I can't hype up our staff anymore. They're so awesome.
Hi, my name is Marga, and I'm a Track 2 sophomore involved in Greek life and Greek University. I decided to go through recruitment my freshman year, and I was super scared about how I would balance both the nursing school and Greek life, but going through recruitment showed me that there are so many other women around me who were doing the same things I was trying to do, who were balancing both Greek life and being nursing students and doing really well in both. I think in my chapter, I have amazing access to upperclassmen who always have advice for me or resources or study notes, so I never feel like I'm not supported, and I always have a sister there to keep me up. And I think the Panhellenic community really values academics. Academics are put first in every single chapter, so if you're thinking about going Greek, I hope this is some encouragement for you that it is so possible to balance both.
And that is pretty much all I have for this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to go through and answer everything. There's nothing I love to do more than talk about nursing, so leave those there and I can answer your questions. Also, be sure to follow SDSU SNA on Instagram. That's a great way to keep up with kind of what's going on in the nursing program and what's going on with our Student Nurses Association. It's a great resource for you to have. And you can always DM that account and ask questions there too. We feel so bad that we had to cancel our couple events and campus tours have been canceled. So if you have any questions about the nursing program, please let us know. We would love to talk to you about them. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on campus in the next few years.